Here is my unsolicited advice on how to become a better dart player. I've been playing for about 3 years now as an adult. I played for maybe a year and a half when I was 11 or 12 years of age, and that was 30 plus years ago. And I've gotten back into it and have really discovered how fun it is again and really become a student of the game. And my goal with shooting darts is to follow through with a pattern or routine that is repeatable. And I think that's key to anything you do in athletics or in a type of activity where accuracy and consistency is key, is something that is repeatable. I like to think of throwing darts like becoming a machine. Mechanics, my motions have to be consistent over and over again. And I love the idea of getting your 10,000 hours in or your 10,000 darts in. So I'm going to talk about stance, hand and arm position, and throwing the dart, and how to use these keys to become better and more consistent in your dart league or just for fun. So the first thing it starts off with is your stance for me. And that stance involves your foot placement. I've got my lines here on the ground. Now you can go pointing forward, you can go a little bit of an angle, or you can go square up. Now I prefer somewhere in between the square up and the angle. This motion right here, I think, this position, keeps you further away from the dartboard. So let's say I'm going to go toes pointed forward, and that's as far as I can get most likely. Now if I turn my foot over the side, I can lean a little bit more and get maybe 5-6 more inches closer to the board. Now this distance here is what keeps a lot of people from being accurate. If you're that far away on every throw, it's harder. There's a lot more room for error between this room and this room. So I go in between somewhere. So foot placement is the number one thing, followed by balance of your weight. So I kind of get to relax my shoulders, gets the heel placed down on the ground, my weight is balanced. And then my posture, my overall posture has to be the same. So my approach, I come in, find my spot with my toe, lean into it, find my balance, little hop, and my back foot is more like a kickstand. So I have it out here as a tapping mechanism here, just on the ground. So here are my three things: foot placement, balance, weight, and then posture. I like to keep chest up, shoulders back to a point. And then I'm about to do my next phase, which is my hand and arm position. So with the posture and stance ties in with the arm and hand position, because what I'm looking to do, I usually start at a 90-degree angle here approximately, but I'm looking at the 20, the bull, the 3, coming down to my heel, up through my hip, shoulder, elbow, and wrist. That all has to be aligned. So foot position into the hand-arm position all ties in together with a 90-degree angle starting point for the most part. I have seen people start here, and I do understand the philosophy of shooting from here to there because there's less room for error, kind of like a golf swing. Golf swing, you're coming all the way back and all the way forward. Well, there's a lot of chances for error from here to there. Well, same thing, if I start here, there's a lot of room to make mistakes or not be consistent from here. But if you start here and press forward, you only have one direction to go. Where I'm starting here, coming back and going forward. Just a choice. A lot of the pros are going from here to back, so it's whatever works for you. So I'm getting that arm position lined up 90 degrees here. Next thing I'm looking at is aiming, pulling back, follow through. Aim, pull back, follow through. I'll do a couple here and then I'll go through it. So I'm aiming, pulling back, and follow through. So if I get into my stance here, fingers are a little bit slippery, and follow through. Follow through. And that has been something I've been working on for a while, is this follow through right here. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do your follow through. Some people might go short stroking it, letting go here like that, and they stop. Some people might throw and their hand may drop to one side. Some people may leave it hanging out there like I try to do. So I'm getting my spot, aiming, I'm gonna pull back and fire, and then I'm gonna keep my hand out. And I'm trying to point at the target and have a flick of the wrist at the end. So I'm gonna follow through every single time and look at the target. That is my basic routine of arm position and throwing. Aim, pull back, and fire. And this all ties into your balance as well. So I got my balance here. I'm gonna bring my hand up to aim, pull back, and fire. Aim, pull back, and fire. And there, look at that. This is my final position. Some people, after their last throw, will throw and lean forward. What happens if it's your second dart? You're not gonna do that on your first or second dart. Why do it on your third dart? Position and follow through, as if you have 4 more darts to throw. I know I have a group of 7 here. Throw and follow through, and that's what I do. Some people will do this and they'll lean forward. Sometimes that works. I mean, if they can hold that balance for a half a beat before they fall through, then okay, whatever, it works for them. Again, with the stance, holding the darts into your hand. I know I got 7 of them. I'll do 3, like normal. Holding your hands, the darts in the hand like this. Balance, posture, head is steady. Again, this is about creating a routine that is repeatable. This is what I'm thinking about. Head steady, grabbing my dart, and repeating. Now, something I saw that Phil Taylor did, he imagined that he's going to throw a piece of paper into a trash can. So when he's throwing the dart, his power and consistency is the same as if he was throwing a piece of paper into a trash can. So I'm thinking the same thing. My first dart, for me, is my guide dart. Of course, I'm trying to go for, let's say, the triple 20. Now I found my guide dart. Now to repeat this motion, I'm gonna go a little bit harder and a little bit above to be consistent with this shot. And I was above, a lot to the right a little bit, but I was also talking to you. And there I hit it. So what I'm trying to do here is use my first dart as a guide dart and then try to hit the next one right above it. And for me, I like to go below the triple 20. That way I have something I can stack on top versus going on top and try and get underneath it because it could hit. Now, if you're having problems with the dart going all over the place and not being consistent, maybe think about trying to hit the first dart, trying to hit the last dart you threw. They call Robin Hood. So you hit a dart and it goes into the flight. I've got little spinners here, so to avoid that problem. But if you throw your first dart, let's say I'm gonna try to hit that dart. I'll try to hit that dart. Now, those darts have been nice grouping, but some people will hit one, they'll be like 2 numbers away left and right. I don't know what the focus problem is, but if you think about throwing the piece of paper or trying to hit the previous dart, you should be more consistent and accurate with your throws. So that's what I think about with my throwing and aiming. Also, there is an issue of pacing. You'll see some guys go up, now I'll use more darts. Some guys go up and they'll, like the Michael Van Gerwyns of the world, lean forward, boom, boom, boom. In a matter of 7 seconds, they're done. Then there's guys that are gonna go throw methodically, throw methodically, stop, or they'll just pause altogether and start over. Some guys are just rapid fire. Whatever it is, whatever the pace you end up choosing needs to be the same each time. That's what I've learned and discovered. You know, practice doesn't make perfect. I think practice makes permanent. And there's a mindset that I've been working on and struggling with because I have good days and bad days. Some days I say, F this game, I'm done. Some days I think, wow, this is a lot easier than I thought. And it's the mindset going into it, having the same approach every single time. And also I think knowing what you're gonna do beforehand and taking the thinking out of this. All the best athletes in all the different sports don't think, they react. So let's say I plan on going up there and going 2 at 20, 1 at 19. Regardless of what happens, I have to commit to those darts. So let's say I really screw up and I hit a 5, double 5. I was going for triple 20, for example. Well, I told myself I'm gonna stay with 20 and then I'm going downstairs to 19. I've committed to that. If you stop, let's say you go, okay, boom, oh, I missed it. You need to know you're out. Okay, I didn't hit the bull. Well, what do I do now? And you stop and reset. And it takes a moment to get back into that flow. But if you know what your options are going into it, having a plan before you throw, you don't have to worry about thinking. So, okay, I'm going for this, going for that. Cool, I knew what I was gonna do. There's no pausing. You can stay with your routine without having to reset. So know what you're gonna throw and commit to those 3 darts before you step to the line. Have the plan. So those are my ideas about becoming a better dart player. The stance, the hand position, the aiming, the pullback, the fire, having some consistency with the throw, with the follow through, Robin Hooding the dart if you have to. So as a final note here, I'm gonna go for all 20s, see if I can repeat and show what I practice. Okay, nice little grouping. Hope that helps. Any questions, please leave in the comment section below. Yeah, some days I hate this game, sometimes I love this game. And if I can get my mind in the right spot, I think it can be a lot of fun. And if you get real serious, you need to have a routine and think of it as a sport where you have to get practice. And that practice should be on a regular basis, not 3 hours one day and then 5 days later you're playing 3 hours. Maybe it's 30 minutes a day, maybe it's 45 minutes every other day, something that's consistent. That way you have a routine and you're got that muscle memory. And once you go up there, your practice session should translate into games because you should approach every practice and every game situation, I think, the same. Not too seriously, not too lightly. Go up and do what you've practiced at home or in the bar or the sports place, and then go and just play. Because all the work is done here in your lab, and out there, it should just happen. Looks like on game day, you show up and play based on your practice. All right, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like, and I'll see you next time. Adios.